Depression. Depression is a mental disorder that drains the color out of life. It affects how your brain produces and uses chemicals like serotonin and dopamine, the messengers that help you feel pleasure, motivation, and connection. When these systems malfunction, everything becomes harder. You wake up exhausted even after sleeping for 10 hours. Food tastes like nothing. Hobbies that once excited you now feel pointless. Your brain tells you that nothing will ever get better, and you believe it because depression doesn't feel like sadness. It feels like emptiness. Sadness has a reason, a story, a cause.
Ouch,
Depression
hot!
just exists,
My tongue!
heavy and
Why is it
constant,
always so
even
hot?
when your life looks
need
fine
ice!
from the outside. People say, just think positive or go for a walk. But depression isn't a bad
Whoa,
mood
watch
you
it!
can shake off.
So
It's your
crowded.
brain
Come on,
physically
people.
struggling
Finally,
to
some
generate the
space.
chemicals that make happiness possible. Thoughts slow down, decisions become overwhelming, and getting out of bed can feel like climbing a mountain. You might sleep all day or lie awake all night. You withdraw from friends, not because you want to,
get me
but
outta
because
here!
pretending
Why
to
is
be
this place
okay
such a
takes
disaster?
energy you don't have. Over
All
time,
right, the numbers are syncing up
untreated
perfectly.
depression
Now, let's
reshapes
check the
how
projections
you see
on the
yourself
dashboard.
in the world. It convinces you that this numbness is who you really are, that joy was always temporary, that hope is just a lie people tell themselves. The disorder doesn't announce itself loudly, it whispers quietly until you forget what feeling alive used to be like. Generalized anxiety disorder. Generalized anxiety disorder turns normal worry into a constant alarm system that never shuts off. Your brain treats everyday situations like emergencies, flooding your body with stress hormones even when there's no real danger. Everyone worries sometimes about tests or money or relationships, but anxiety disorder makes you worry about everything all the time.
What was that?
Even
Who's
things
there?
that haven't happened
I have
yet
to hide!
and probably never will. You lie awake imagining disasters. You replay conversations, convinced you said something wrong. Your mind jumps from one fear to the next, building worst-case scenarios out of nothing. Physically, your body stays tense, your shoulders ache, your stomach hurts, and your heart races for no clear reason. You feel exhausted because your nervous system thinks it's protecting you from threats that don't exist. Simple decisions become overwhelming because every choice feels like it could lead to catastrophe. Should you send that text? What if they misunderstand? What if they get angry? The disorder steals your ability to relax because your brain has forgotten
Let's turn
how
these
to
ideas
tell
into
the
money.
difference
First,
between
the
actual
ideas.
danger
Then,
and
the money.
imagined
Success.
problems. People tell you to calm down, to stop overthinking, but that's like telling someone with a broken leg to just walk normally. Over time, the constant tension wears you down.
Whoa,
You
what's
start
happening?
avoiding
I have to
situations
hurry.
that trigger worry,
Gotta keep
which
going.
only makes the
Almost
world
there.
feel smaller and more threatening. Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder. Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder is a condition where your brain struggles to regulate focus, impulses, and energy. The part of your brain called the prefrontal cortex, which controls planning and self-control, develops more slowly or works differently. This means you want to pay attention, you want to sit still, you want to finish tasks, but your brain won't cooperate. People think ADHD means you can't focus on anything, but that's wrong. You can hyperfocus on things that interest you for hours, losing track of time completely. The problem is
My
you
thoughts are a
can't
mess.
choose
I
what
need to
gets
get a
your
grip.
attention.
Time to focus on what
Boring
matters and
tasks
take care of
feel
myself.
physically painful
I can't
to
handle
start.
all these thoughts.
Your mind
I need to clear
wanders
my
during
mind.
conversations,
There,
even
that's
when
better.
you care about the person
Hey,
talking.
why are you sad? Join
You forget
us.
appointments,
Okay, I'll
lose
try.
your keys, and leave projects half finished. Not because you're lazy, but because your brain doesn't produce enough dopamine to make follow-through feel rewarding. Impulsivity makes you interrupt people, buy things without thinking, or say things you instantly regret. You might fidget constantly, tap your foot or feel restless in your
Oh,
own
a
skin.
party tonight?
Time
Sweet, I'm
feels
in.
slippery. You underestimate how long things take, then panic when deadlines appear suddenly. At school or work, you're called careless, unmotivated, or ditzy. But inside, you're trying harder than anyone realizes. The exhausting part is knowing what you need to do while watching yourself fail to do
This
it
is so
anyway.
hard. Okay, one more
ADHD
time.
creates a gap
I got
between
this!
intention and action that
I'm so
willpower
tired.
alone can't bridge.
My whole body hurts. I need a
Obsessive-compulsive
nap.
disorder. Obsessive-compulsive disorder traps your mind in a loop of intrusive thoughts and desperate rituals. Your brain gets stuck on fear, an image, or a terrible what-if scenario, and it won't let go. These are called obsessions, unwanted thoughts that invade your mind even when you try to push them away. Maybe you're terrified of germs spreading disease, or convinced you left the stove on and your house will burn down, or haunted by violent images that horrify you. The thoughts feel so real, so
What is this? I
urgent
don't
that
understand.
your brain
These
demands
shadows,
you
these
do
symbols, they're
something to
everywhere.
make them stop.
I have to figure this out.
That's where compulsions come in. You wash your hands until they crack and bleed. You check the door locks 15 times before leaving. You count, tap, arrange objects in perfect order, or repeat phrases silently. These rituals feel like the only way to prevent disaster, but the relief lasts seconds before the anxiety returns and demands you do it again.
This can't be
OCD
happening.
convinces
I
you that
need
your
to figure this
thoughts
out.
have power,
But where do I even
that thinking
start?
something bad makes it more likely to happen unless you perform the right action. People joke about being so OCD when they like things organized, but real OCD is torture. You know the rituals are irrational. You know checking the stove 10 times makes no
Here's the
logical
schedule
sense.
for our global
But the
meetings.
fear
We'll start
is
in New
so
York at 9
overwhelming
a.m.,
that
then
you
connect
can't
with
stop
London at 2
yourself.
p.m.
Hours disappear into compulsions. Your hands hurt, your mind exhausts itself, and the disorder tightens its grip. OCD doesn't make you careful or neat. It makes you a prisoner to thoughts you never wanted in the first place. Post-traumatic stress disorder. Post-traumatic stress disorder happens when your brain gets stuck in survival mode after experiencing something terrifying. A car crash, violence, abuse, war, or any event where you felt your life was in danger can rewire how your brain processes fear and safety. Normally, after something scary ends, your nervous system calms down and files the memory away. With PTSD, that system breaks. Your brain keeps replaying the trauma as if it's still happening right now. Flashbacks aren't like normal memories where you picture the past. They're vivid physical re-experiences. A smell, a sound, or a random sight can transport you back instantly. Your heart pounds, your breathing quickens, and for those seconds or minutes, you genuinely believe you're in danger again. Nightmares invade your sleep, jolting you awake in terror. You become hypervigilant, constantly scanning for threats, unable to relax even in safe places. Loud noises make you jump. Crowds feel suffocating. You avoid anything that reminds you of the trauma, which sometimes means avoiding entire parts of your life. Emotions become unpredictable. Anger erupts over small things. You feel numb and disconnected, even from people you love. Concentration disappears because your brain is too busy watching for danger to focus on anything else. PTSD makes you feel broken, like the trauma stole who you used to be. Your brain is trying to protect you, but the alarm system won't turn off. You're living in the aftermath while your mind keeps dragging you back to the worst moment. Bipolar disorder. Bipolar disorder sends your brain swinging between extreme emotional states that you can't control. There are two poles, mania and depression, and you cycle between them in patterns that can last days, weeks, or months. During a manic episode, your brain floods with energy and confidence that feels almost superhuman. You sleep 2 hours and wake up buzzing with ideas. You talk fast, jump between thoughts, and feel like you can accomplish anything. Risky decisions suddenly seem brilliant. You might spend money you don't have, start 5 projects at once, or believe you've discovered something world-changing. Colors seem brighter, connections feel profound, and sitting still becomes impossible. But mania burns too hot. Your thoughts race faster than you can follow them. Irritability spikes when people can't keep up with you. Sometimes the energy tips into paranoia or delusions where reality blurs. Then the crash comes. The manic high collapses into depressive lows where all that energy drains away completely. You can barely get out of bed. Everything that felt possible now feels pointless. The contrast makes the depression even heavier because you remember what having energy felt like. Bipolar disorder exhausts you with its unpredictability. You never know which version of yourself will show up tomorrow.